Yo, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PeakFlow Power Hour number 7. In this week's video, super excited, or this week's live stream, super excited because, well, it is quarter four. It's almost Thanksgiving. It's almost Black Friday, where all the sales come in. Everyone just flooded with orders. I have my business partner on the live right here. Meet Marcus Lamb. Please introduce yourself, how you're doing this weekend, and give everyone a warm introduction.
Thanks, Trevor. Yo, right now I'm talking from New York. The weather is not looking amazing, guys. I repeat, the weather is not looking amazing. Um, it's a little bit more gray here, but the spirit is where it's on fire and stuff. So I hope everyone's having an amazing day. My name's Marcus. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and every single week we are here to give you peak flow power hours. Let's get it.
So this week's topic is just going to be a Q&A. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop in the comment section or in the live stream below. We'll do our best to answer each and every single one of them. Again, it can be business related, it can be personal related, it doesn't really matter. We have Ian right here showing love. What's up, my man? What's good?
What's up, Ian?
And of course, we have our weekly wins. So, Marcus, why don't you share some of the weekly wins?
Well, let's start off with Ray. Ray is one of our coaches inside Peak Flow. And, we practice what we preach. Okay. Like, this is what we do. So the coaches that are inside here, they also have their own e-com store. So Ray here, he did 50K for this month, 0.3% conversion rate, which is a little bit lower than industry. I'm pretty sure like e-commerce industry, like low ticket drop shipping is like 1% conversion rate. But we're doing high ticket. So high ticket's going to be a little bit off, but nevertheless, still making bank. Shout out to Ray. Let's fucking get it.
Yeah, I've seen conversion rates as high as like 10, 15% on low ticket.
Really?
Yeah, but it's a different game. It's really highly impulse customers.
Mm-hmm.
Your ad needs to invoke emotion really quickly and then get them to buy immediately, because you don't have much margins to work with. You kind of need a 10% conversion rate or higher.
10% conversion means every 100 people, 10 people are going to have to buy. Damn.
Yeah, 1 in 10. Yeah, 1 in 10 people.
1 in 10. 1 in 10. Damn.
We got Miguel. Not a bad week. Implement their principles. They will work. Nice little $43,000 week. Not too shabby.
1.64 conversion. Fire.
Yeah, the conversion rate differs basically like as you scale up, I would say, because you have limited branded traffic, bottom of the funnel traffic. Miguel is really just taking the little slices of pie at the very bottom, so that's why the conversion rate is higher. But conversion rate is not the end all be all in terms of how profitable your business is, but you obviously want a high conversion rate if you can.
Mm. Ty. Shout out to Ty. Ty was an interesting story. I remember he was feeling a little bit discouraged with some sales. He was saying how he has to like do some agreements and stuff to close this one order, and then literally the next day he popped up with a cha-ching coming in. So it just goes to show how like really your work and process can go boom like that. So shout out Ty. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. So we have Gerald Lockhart. Is it possible to attain margins of 35 to 40%? I'll let you answer that.
Yes, you can, but you also have to include shipping as well. Sometimes the supplier will also include shipping costs, so that might bring down the margins. But overall, I've had suppliers that give even like 50% without freight costs though. So 50 will bring it down to like that 35, 40. So yes, possible.
Yeah, 35% to 40% gross margin is like pretty normal. Net margin, some suppliers might have that net margin after everything Realistically, for high ticket, you're hovering around 15-20% after all expenses. Uh, Vivek DV says, "What is the perfect payment app for customers to buy the product? Which is the most convenient one for USA people?" Okay, I'll answer it. This one. For USA, the most convenient one is Shopify Payments because it's just 2.9% plus 30 cents. Same as Stripe. If you're outside US, you could use Stripe, and then that's the same 2.9% plus 30 cents. But if you're using Shopify with Stripe, then there's extra 2% on top. On the basic plan, you can get the middle plan where it's only 1% extra. That would be like a perfect payment app. In terms of financing, you could use ShopPay for Shopify payments. You can use Klarna, Affirm, or you could use Stripe. And then if you have a Stripe account, you can offer those same financing payment options as well to your customers. You just have to give that option or create a payment link for someone to check out, and then it should have those financing options. And I guess what about PayPal? What about PayPal, Marcus? What's your experience with PayPal?
No, you're not doing this right now, Trevor. PayPal has never been our friends before, all right? PayPal didn't let Trevor start his first business, if I recall correctly, when he was like 17. PayPal, well, Elon Musk, I still love you, but has been holding my funds for God knows how long from still low ticket dropshipping, still holding some of my funds. PayPal is not easy to work with. It's plausible, but from my experience, they just a lot more regulations, just a lot more. Not impossible, but yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever had account bans on PayPal?
Not a complete ban. It's kind of just like even right now, I'm getting like a Google Ads verification. It's just constant verifying, just mad paperwork, constant business paperwork.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brad says, "Hey guys, is it live?" Yes, it is live. Hello, Brad. My experience with PayPal is way worse than Marcus's experience. I think I lost track at this point. Probably had 10 PayPal accounts at this point.
Oh my god.
So many were banned, so many account holds. When they ban your account, they hold your money for 180 days. That's a half a year.
Hmm.
So, luckily, like ever since I didn't have too much money hold on PayPal, and if you're using PayPal, make sure you withdraw that money every day. Make it a daily routine. Do not keep any money in PayPal because they lock your account, your money's frozen for 180 days.
Oh my god.
I've heard people use Hong Kong PayPals for low ticket dropshipping. Apparently, there's no holds or anything.
I've never heard of Hong Kong PayPal. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, people talking about it on Twitter.
Cool.
But yeah, PayPal for high ticket. If you can offer it, definitely offer it. But just be aware that money holds, if you don't have a ton of credit, not a ton of capital, I wouldn't recommend it until you have that capital.
I'll read
Lately, a
it.
lot of
Oh, you got
people,
it.
yeah, you can answer it. Lately, a lot of people shit on dropshipping. I don't know why. It all seems legit. I think it's just so they can sell their courses. What do you think?
I think people will find every way to say any business model is good or not good. I think, and I was trying to tell this to someone in Sauna earlier this week, because they were wondering like what I do and like how is it legit and stuff. And I told them this example of the glass. Like you could look at a glass, one could see it half empty, another could see it half full. So that just shows that like it's the information. It's not the information. It's not the glass water. It's how you perceive it. And then some people think that like dropshipping isn't good, and then others is good. Well, it just comes down to the person itself. Like dropshipping has always been here. Like you just find something for low and sell it for higher. We're just using the internet now to do it, but the model has always been there. So like people that usually say that stuff, like they just don't know better. They haven't looked into it, from my experience.
Yeah, totally agree. Like dropshipping has been around for. I saw a meme where pigeons were people used to dropship using pigeons.
What do you
like
mean?
like if you think about it, I think it used to cost money for newspaper or mail. So people would have pigeons deliver their mail or newspaper. So that's
Mm,
technically drop shipping if you think about it.
mm,
Yeah, but like every big retail store, Home Depot, Best Buy, Walmart, Amazon, Bed Bath and Beyond, Wayfair, they all use drop shipping as a fulfillment method because it doesn't make sense to stock 1,000 saunas in their warehouse. First, the warehouse not even going to be big enough to store 1,000 saunas. Second, who's gonna pay to ship all 1,000 saunas just to have it reshipped to customers again? It doesn't make logistical sense.
imagine the operations behind just having 1,000. Like, where do you even put that? And then you're gonna have damages and like spot on. Like, it sounds like a logistical nightmare,
Yeah, you probably need like a football field for storing 1,000
bro.
saunas.
Yeah.
The main thing is like you have to ship the item twice. It doesn't make sense. You have to pay shipping twice. Why would you ever do that? It just cuts into everyone's margins, and like at the end of the day, the customer has to pay more because it costs more to ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess with lower ticket products, like for example a chapstick or like a I don't know some pen or anything, yeah, they could buy hundreds of units at once because they move so much per day. But for high ticket, like dropshipping is always going to be a valid way of sourcing products because of the fulfillment.
Hmm. Yes, sir. My PayPal got 20% rolling reserve. I feel that, bro. We get it. We get it. Keep going.
Got it. Thanks, man.
Welcome. Pay not Chappelle. That's
Okay.
funny. What's the best payment processors for high ticket stores?
It is Shopify payments if you're in US, Stripe if you're outside US.
They mentioned Shopify Pay earlier was easy and efficient. I use Shopify payments. Unless you're talking about Shop Pay.
Yeah, Shopify Pay or Shopify payments is the way to go. Last question before Marcus hasn't even introduced himself.
It's all good. It's all good. Let's just keep
Uh,
answering these questions.
Gerald's like, yeah, the ads they put out are pretty repetitive. I tried dropshipping and it never worked out. When I see stuff like that, I automatically assume they gave up like a couple weeks to a month.
You assumed.
Like I automatically assume. Yeah, what's your take on that, Marcus?
Well, that's what I'm focusing on, right? Assume. Like, why are you like I don't understand. Like, if someone says I tried drop shipping and it never worked out, I would listen to a little bit more of what they have to say after that. But regardless, like I always look into ads trying to figure out like what they're trying to say anyway. Usually like you need a product to sell, you have to do marketing. Um I don't know, I completely disagree with it. I think drop shipping is like alive more than ever. So I look at things from like the core first principle.
Yeah, anyone could say I tried dropshipping and it never worked out. I could have said that when I did low ticket. Yeah, you trying a business model and it doesn't work out doesn't mean the business model doesn't work. You know how many people try real estate and how many people fail.
Mm,
It's not because the business model doesn't work. There's so many millionaires with real estate. It's because of the person themselves. They either lack the skills or they lack the ability to acquire those skills at the end of the day. You can blame anyone you want, but you whenever you blame it on something else besides yourself, then you're never going to be accountable for it and then you'll never see success.
mm-hmm.
So Samantha Paul said, "Can y'all talk a little bit about how StockSync works?"
Cherry as you.
That's a me question. Yeah, StockSync is a Shopify app and it's from the App Store. And basically what it does is it can bulk upload products for you and you just have to format it into a sheet, a Google sheet by title, price, wholesale cost, dimensions, specifications, all the details of the product. You can use StockSync to bulk upload, and you can also use StockSync to update your inventory. So the whole point of the software is to manage your inventory on your store. That's basically how it works. In terms of like technicality of that, it's a bit hard to explain without like showing you like the sheet. But in our, we do give you guys like a sheet in, or yeah, like a StockSync template in the program.
Sup?
Sup guys. Like y'all do this every day. What does y'all's inventory SOP look like? Yeah, we do it every day. And basically on the VA side, which is the employee, they just sign into the email inbox. They extract all the inventory feeds from the supplier. They download it. They format the rows into SKU and inventory, and then they download that as a Excel file, and then they plug it into StockSync, and then they'll update the inventory on the website. Again, StockSync has a long learning curve, but it is explained in our High Tech Ecom Launchpad program. Brad Stone says, I'm living on dropshipping since 2015. Low mid ticket item. What do you think, Marcus?
Amazing, bro. Like good for you. Like I'm happy. And it goes to my point. Like it's not like drop shipping, low ticket TikTok. It's not like it doesn't work. You know, it definitely works. It's just for beginners. Not everyone coming in will know how to make a winning video ad. Not everyone coming in knows customer psychology from start to finish. You know, so kudos to you for making it work. I hope you find evergreen, reliable suppliers, and wish you the best.
Nice. Well, I guess, Marcus, why don't you speed run this? Give everyone an introduction to who you are for people that are
Oh, well,
watching on replay.
it's interesting because I started like my drop shipping journey in low ticket as well. So it's been a hell of a roller coaster. Okay. One thing that I definitely learned over these last few years of entrepreneurship, information is key because the wrong information will actually or could potentially deter you from a few years of your life if you go into a wrong hole. And I'm not saying TikTok dropshipping low ticket doesn't work, but it's just not as easy, in my opinion, as understanding core principles from high ticket. So that's how I got into it. I was doing low ticket, started finding a winning product, scaled, didn't do as amazing as I thought it would because you're running a real business. And so I had to adapt. I had to relearn myself. And that's how I got into high ticket. And now here I am, sharing for you guys what we know pretty much for free.
Amazing. Like this is the perfect example. Like 90% of our clients come from low ticket dropshipping. They failed, tried to get it to work. Some people, like Marcus, getting into debt from it, but getting saved from high ticket dropshipping. That's like the story everyone wants to hear.
Because you need suppliers. That's what it comes down to. It's like, and I'm not saying this in an arrogant way, but anybody could get sales. Like if you really try, you run ads, you do it rightly, like you're gonna get sales. But like, can you fulfill it? And then can you fulfill it at scale? How do you handle damages, returns, and customer service? Like that's what you really have to figure out. And that's why high ticket dropshipping solves it. You find reliable suppliers locally, you work with them, and it's sustainable. Put it that way, sustainable.
Yeah, and one thing I want to add to that is like, there's always more and more suppliers
Yeah.
every month, every day, every year.
Mm-hmm.
You go to trade shows; those are new suppliers that are coming to the market. In trade shows is like something not a lot of people even talk about, but it's just, if anyone doesn't know what trade shows are, it's just like a event where manufacturers come to one place and just show off their products to potential dealers and vendors. It's a great way to get new suppliers that nobody else has or they're not selling online. The thing with trade shows is you could definitely close a ton of suppliers. It's just Not a lot of them have brand demand, and that's completely fine. You could be the first to market, and you could be there once the brand grows in terms of like brand demand. You could also run generic campaigns if you know what that is. Uh, but yeah, that's kind of the tangent on trade shows. Cool. So my story is pretty straightforward. I started ecom very early on. I did eBay dropshipping. I did Facebook Marketplace dropshipping. I did Walmart dropshipping. I sold on Amazon. I did. I sold on every single platform, major platform that you could have thought about. But my bread and butter was high ticket dropshipping because of the fact that I tried all these other business models and they didn't. They worked. I was generating sales on each one of them. My first business, eBay dropshipping, I did over 700,000. Facebook Marketplace, um, I don't remember how much I did, but I think looking at my tax returns for like the first year, it was a decent amount. Like it was like 30-40% margins. So all these business models work, but they all died for whatever reason. eBay, they banned you for dropshipping. You can't dropship. Facebook Marketplace, the algorithm died. But so far since 2021, I've been doing high ticket, and Shopify as a platform is fully aware that dropshipping is a business model. So you're not breaking any terms of service, and that's why I think it's the most sustainable out of all the other dropshipping business models. Cool. I guess with that being said, let's pull up some other questions.
Questions. Will surely buy your course next year. I turn 18. I trust you guys and other gurus who just trying to make money out of those courses. Here's the thing. We our course is free.
Yeah. You could go to school.com, sign up for a free account, type in high tech ecom into the search bar, and look for the one with the chest icon.
School with a K.
Yes, SKOOL.
Yeah, bro, it's completely free. You
Start
don't have to
building.
wait.
Start
Yeah.
building. You have no risk.
No, build it.
Yeah. Senya Ra says, "Can you talk about my first calls with brands? I have a Zoom call next week and I have questions ready. I may be overthinking it. Thanks." Cool. Let me pretend like I'm the supplier and you're the dealer.
Oh shit!
Um,
They caught us on role play. Let's do it.
yeah, I guess like I recorded some. I have like 10-ish recordings that I put inside the. I have in my SOP like how I close suppliers live. And in terms of like what questions they asked like, "Oh, will you be using your own shipping carrier or not? How would you answer that?"
Um, yeah, we have our own shipping carriers. We prefer to have it shipped out originally from the manufacturer, but if freight is just a problem, well then, we could arrange our own shipping and we could definitely handle it.
Nice. Other questions they might ask is like, how do you guys do your marketing? Like, how are you going to get customers to our products?
Yeah, marketing is very straightforward. When someone searches on Google and they're searching for your brand's name, let's say like Majestic Fireplace. I'm talking Majestic Fireplace. So let's say someone searches for a brand name. You guys probably don't know how to rank on Google, and if you do, you're probably spending way too much money than you should. But that's the details of that. Like we have our own strategies. Really, all we need from your end is resell permission and your catalog and pricing, and we'll worry about that. We'll get the customers. All you have to do is just ship out the product.
Okay, cool. Some other questions they might ask is like, do you work with other suppliers? Do you have any other fireplace brands you work with? Like how are sales for them?
Yeah, sales are always booming for the fireplace market. We wouldn't be talking right now if it wasn't, but competition is also there. We're currently partnering with a few other fireplace brands as well. But we see your brand, Majestic Fireplace, as one of the leading fireplace manufacturers in the market, and we want to partner with you because we see a ton of potential. To be quite honest, more than the others. So I hope that we could potentially have something going on.
Yeah, I think those are like the main hardest questions to answer for a beginner. But other questions might be like, where are you based? Like, like, where are you located? In that case, you just say like, hey, our office is based in whatever state. Um, we are primarily e-commerce retailer. We started in 2021 or whatever year that you start your company. So those are like the simple questions. Some other hard ones like that. It's really, they don't really know much of like what you're saying, truthfully speaking. Like when they're asking like what's your marketing strategy, and they let you talk, whatever you tell them, they're really not gonna understand. They're like, okay, cool. So yeah, definitely don't overthink it. It's mostly like a conversation. Brad Stone says made millions from low ticket dropshipping 2016 to 2017. 2018 was with Facebook ads. Then 2018 to 2023 with Google ads, but lost money in crypto. Plus, wife,
Theft my money.
my money got me to massive cash flow issues.
Damn.
This is like, this is crazy.
Yeah, but he has following messages. He has following
Oh,
messages.
okay, my bad. However, I'm hopeful that I will bounce back, but I'm not liking the old ways of low ticket dropshipping. Looking for what you both are preaching, the high ticket dropshipping brand. I have watched, of course, insane amounts of value there. You guys like have like massive amounts of knowledge. I can say from experience. Well, thank you very much. We're just talking like this is what we do every day.
This is what
We're
we
not
do.
we're not like prepping anything. Like you ask us questions, it's not like we have to think about it. It just
Yo, I'm
comes
not gonna lie. I
from
was a little
experience.
nervous when Trevor put me on the spot just now with, because you know what it is. I don't know what questions you might ask. Like, but you see how like you could pick things up. You guys have to be able to fast twitch yourselves, fast twitch muscles. You know.
Yeah, I guess from Brad's story, I would say, yeah, the lost money in crypto. I lost money in crypto too, so I'm with I'm with you on that. I think it was like it crashed in like 2022, I believe. 2022, it crashed, and I didn't cash out in time. That was my bad. I was up so much, and then didn't. I got greedy, paper hands.
Paper.
Uh, Also, can I put a high ticket product on Amazon as well? This is actually pretty interesting. I wonder if you, Marcus, you know much about like selling on
Yeah.
Amazon?
From my experience, it depends on the supplier. Some allow you, some don't. Some literally have specific rules that you can't put their products on Amazon. Others are probably less strict about it. I am down to explore that marketplace and just see that terrain, but like do you see people going on Amazon to buy like a sauna though? Maybe. And then how do you run ads? So you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
run, I don't know.
Yeah, there's definitely people buying saunas on Amazon, but the thing with Amazon, I think the biggest thing selling on these platforms is uh, Amazon takes 15%, eBay takes like 18%, Walmart takes about like 16% from like when I was still selling on those platforms. It might be more. I don't expect it to be less because why would you make less money as a company? Um, so that's like your margins right there already ripped from your thing. And yes, you don't have to run ads, but the other big con of selling on Amazon is like, or just other platforms in general, is the return policy. Amazon favors customers. So let's just say you sell a sauna
Yeah.
for $8,000. They okay, cool. You didn't have to do marketing. They take 18%, 15%. Okay, you're left with whatever profit. Customer wants to return it, but the manufacturer doesn't allow returns. Well, you're in a tricky situation now where you can't really finesse the supplier's return policy at all, and you would kind of have to eat the return costs if the customer really wanted to return it. That's why with selling your own store, you make all the rules yourself. You don't have to follow Amazon's rules. But if some suppliers like have returns, they align with Amazon's policies, they allow you to sell on there. By all means, you could list it on those platforms. Not a lot of people do it. You can make some sales here and there, but it shouldn't. It should be like a secondary source of income along with your Shopify store.
My question is, how difficult would it be to start and run high ticket dropshipping brands? I'm from Ireland and wondering if it is all possible from here and easy. I'll start. I don't think you should look at anything as easy. I mean, like, you should look at it as like you're gonna start a business and you're gonna have to do what business does, which is, marketing, sales, fulfillment, operations. It's not, business is not supposed to be easy. So I would get that mindset out first and foremost if you even do anything in dropshipping. And then I would say in terms of difficulty, man, you want to just look at it from the old days when you were start a business. How would you start a business back then? You have to find product, then you have to buy the inventory, then you have to get a retail storefront, then you have to get employees, you have to pay rent. Whereas now you kind of just go on Shopify, start up the website, call some suppliers, you could just sell it online, copy paste. Like, the logistics is just so different. If this is hard, like you were not made for business at all, So that's my take on it.
Yeah, it is difficult. Nothing comes easy. Like, that's why everyone that starts a business, not all of them succeed.
Yeah.
It might be easy for someone that has run 10 businesses in the past and they all succeeded. But for a beginner, you have to jump through all those hoops, all those learning lessons. So yeah, it's well, Brad obviously has experience with ecom from years of doing it. So it should be easier for him, but definitely not easy. In terms of running a high ticket dropshipping brand, that's a little bit different than what we're
Oh.
saying. A brand is like where you have your own product, you slap your own logo on it, like your own sauna brand. That requires $50,000 to $100,000 in capital to start. And by all means, that is something you can do. But I recommend just starting with dropshipping first, selling other people's brands, seeing from your customers what feedback they have. Like, hey, if they're telling you like this sauna sucks, it could have been better by doing this, XYZ. Collect all the feedback from your customers, put it down in a Google Doc, and then you can make the perfect product from all the other brands and manufacturers that you're working with. Because you're going to have 10 other brands that you're selling. This brand might do something really good. This brand might do something really good. But they all have pros and cons of each sauna. So you take the pros of each supplier, put it down to one sheet. Take all the cons, put it into one sheet. How can you fix the cons and how can you make the pros better? And boom, you make the perfect product. That's what all these like Chinese manufacturers in China do. They literally look at all the US companies, extract all the reviews from Amazon, take all the cons and make a better product and bring it to market. So the low risk way is to do dropshipping first, get all that feedback, all that data first, and then if you really wanted to start the sauna brand, it's going to cost 50,000 to 100,000 in capital. But there is more upside, so, and it's also pretty fun. Martin Tran says, between telescopes, arcades, simulators, and wine coolers, what have you seen to be the most lucrative and have high sales value? They're all pretty generic. Like a lot of people do the same niches: telescopes, arcades, simulators, and wine coolers. I challenge you to look for something more unique. In terms of which one I would choose out of the four, I would say arcades is the least competitive out of the four. Simulators, I know people crushing in the golf space, but a lot of those suppliers require you to buy capital up front, and that's usually 10,000, 20,000, or even sometimes more to even open up a dealer account with them. It's all something that you can work towards, but I wouldn't, like, out of those four, like, since everyone already knows those already, I wouldn't even do any of those four.
Trying to get sales ASAP and save up for your guys' mentorship to scale. Brother, make sure you check out the free course. Hopefully it helps.
Some suppliers just need to customers' info before shipping, and others need you to create the shipping label to send. Should I ask about that on my call too? Yes. Some suppliers want you to ship on your own carrier, and some will do it for you. You ideally, as a beginner, want to have the supplier do it for you because it makes the process of fulfilling orders simpler. But once you're more advanced, you can ship on your own carrier, And there's pros and cons to both. Obviously, it takes extra work, but by shipping on your own carrier, you can get potentially cheaper rates and make a little bit more profit in each order. So yeah, definitely ask that question and be fully aware of that.
I'm a newbie following their course and steps. Definitely not easy, lots of steps and lots of learning and work, but I truly believe anyone could do it if you work at it. Very good mindset. Very good mindset. That's a winner's mindset.
How can I mass message brands, make a list of 150 brands and emails numbers? Haven't had time to call any yet. Starting with cold calling. Is there any easier way to send out the emails? My approach is not. So there's two approaches. You have the shotgun approach, and you have the sniper approach. What this person is saying, looking at the profile picture, is he's doing the shotgun approach, which is just blasting out emails, hoping to get these replies. By all means, it works, but you're gonna get less. You're usually gonna get like the suppliers that anyone else can close. We recommend the sniper approach, where with each supplier, find a decision maker and then send them a tailored, personalized email or phone call so you can close those suppliers. Now you can do a mix of both. Like you can send out mass emails, and then the ones that respond, and the ones that don't respond, you could send a more personalized email or Loom. You could mix and match both, but I would recommend the sniper approach if you want to close as many suppliers as possible.
Snipe it.
Snipe it. Cool. I guess that was the last question. How I find them on LinkedIn. Yes, you can find them on LinkedIn. You could use Sales Navigator, I believe. That's a Chrome extension where you could get people's or Snavio, SNOV.io. Those extensions you can extract emails from different sources, or Hunter.io. A lot of tools I used to use from doing cold outreach to extract emails on LinkedIn. Or you could use Apollo.io, which is like a database of emails and phone numbers from companies.
If I get your mentorship, how much would it be total upfront costs? Includes mentorship, setting up business, start running before any revenue comes. So the startup costs for any high ticket dropshipping business we recommend is $2,000. And if you are interested in our one-on-one program, we are very selective. Okay, we only have a certain amount of spots every single month because there's just so much inquiries and applications these days, and we want to make sure quality assurance. To be honest, we want to make sure all of our clients coming in is taken care of properly, personalized. You have your own custom tailored way to get to $10,000 a month in 24 weeks. So if you guys are interested, we have the application form there, but your cost is going to be starting cost $2,000, and then we could set a call with our team and we'll go from there. What's snov.io?
It's like an extension where you can extract people's emails.
Oh, okay. What was the first name before Slavio? Sets.
Yeah, any of those four, Snavio, Sales Navigator, Hunter.io, Apollo.io, they all do the same thing. And then which email software to do mass cold outreach? You can use Instantly.ai, or you can use Lemless, or there's like Milkshake or Mailshake, rather. And there's a ton of other softwares. They all do the same thing, but I use Instantly.ai because I have a lifetime subscription to it. Brad says awesome.
Cheers. I got this one. Having a vision for what you want is not enough. Vision without execution is hallucination. Thomas A. Edison. Profound quote. Love this. Let me see if I could quote one too right now on the spot. A man with no destination is a lost man. Marcus Lamb. I'm playing. But yeah, bro, that's great, man. That's it. That's it. Free game. Let's fucking get it, bro. Let's fucking go.
Awesome. Well, I guess if there's any other questions, feel free to ask. If not, then we're just chilling here. I know Brad. I know Brad liked that quote from you.
If you knew you couldn't fail, how big would you dream?
At the end of the day, you can't fail. You only fail if you give up.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
How how do you get a six pack like Marcus? Well, why don't you answer it?
Actually, I think Trevor's been on the ab routine more than me right now. My boy's hitting like 15 eggs a day, 200 sit-ups. Um, my
Yeah, like
recommendation. Yeah,
yeah.
you first.
Why don't you explain it from the expert, and then I'll explain it as a newbie.
Well, first of all, I'm no expert. I would probably argue you know about six pack more than me. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't actually watch my diet like that, bro. I just follow this very simple principle. Eat less, run more. Like, if I feel a little overweight, like I just do a little extra cardio and eat a little less, and then that's really it. I'm sorry, I wish there was more. But Trevor, like, what's the macros, bro? Like, you're great with numbers, better than me. So, like, what's the macros?
No, it is really just comes down to like run more, eat less,
Dude, calorie in,
and
calorie out. Like,
yeah, like you really don't need like weights. I've also found out like I use weights, but Marcus doesn't even use weights. All he does is like goes out for a run, like 2-3 miles, and then does like 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 sit-ups, 1,000 pull-ups. Just, I mean, not literally 1,000,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like until like he can't do any more. And
It's
like every
mental.
day, you should just challenge yourself to do one more, two more, three more.
Yeah.
And in terms of like your diet, it's pretty simple. Like I'll share what my diet is like, and then you can share what your diet is. In the morning, I don't eat much. Just I get like 30 grams of protein from a protein shake, and then like 3 to 5 eggs. And lunchtime, it's either chicken, beef, or fish. And then dinner, sometimes no dinner, but like some broccoli, some vegetables, some fruit, and that's it. What about you?
That is so interesting. For me, I'm like the opposite. I don't eat in the morning. I like to be like hungry up until like noonish, and then I'll eat an egg sandwich. I wish I was some secret formula for you guys. I cook up 2 or 3 eggs depending on my hunger. Put it with some tortilla bread and then some sriracha. A good friend of mine back
Yeah.
then. Yeah, it was like an insider, and he just got stuck with me. So easy to make, 5 minutes. Boom. And then by nighttime, I'm really hungry, so I have two entrees, well, almost like three entrees. I have chicken spaghetti, and then I have chicken fried rice, and then like vegetables. So I'm dog, and then fruits. Like I'll eat so much towards the end. So I'm like fasting for like not like fasting, but like that's my diet.
Yeah, if you guys ever meet Marcus in person, bro, like, bro eats so fast, like, it's like it's his last meal. He, he eats so fast. It's like, bro, chill out. Like, we have food. Like, why are you trying like eat everything all at once?
I'm embarrassed, bro. I eat fast. People tell me I eat fast. Yo, Christian laughing right now.
I didn't know
Yo,
Christian was watching.
I'm embarrassed, guys. But nah, I eat fast.
We had a team member that said like you could do raw eggs. Have you ever tried that? Like just blended raw eggs into a smoothie.
Dude, I tried that one time when I was in high school because I thought it was good, gym gains. So I literally cracked a raw egg in a fucking glass and I drank it. Number one, I almost threw up, and then I got like a stomach ache the next day. Probably because it wasn't organic eggs. That was probably why.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'd never do that again. I'm sorry, I'm cooking my shit. Are y'all hiring? Check out peakflowteam.com. Peakflowteam.com. You guys could submit your applications and then we'll reach out if you're a good fit.
Okay, back on topic.
Let's get it.
is Google Ads account is suspended as well. How does that change the new GMC proxy account creation process? Yes, so do not make another Google Ads account. Make sure GMC is fixed first, and then connect that with the suspended Google Ads account, and then request a review on that Google Ads account that's suspended. The Google Ads is only suspended because of the old GMC, it was connected to that, and it suspends both. He was just born like that. Yeah, you were just born with six packs.
You know, funny enough, I was actually a fat boy when I was younger, like 180 pounds.
I seen your videos.
I was fat, right? Like, just say it, bro. Fat with an F, like
yeah, fat with like 3 Fs.
Chill. This guy is crazy. I'm playing.
To start high ticket dropshipping, we need 2K right off the bat, or we can start with lower. We recommend 2K, but we had people start with just 500. If you go to like our YouTube playlist, there's two brothers, Mohammed Khalid, that they started with just 500, and we helped them scale over like 150,000 in 3 months.
You also have $500 Google Ads credit, so just keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, you just can't move as fast, and you just have to be more logical in terms of your decision making. Meaning, like, if you pick a hard niche, it's going to take longer when your budget's so low. Versus if you pick an uncompetitive niche, that $500 will go pretty far. What's the average budget to start running ads per brand? Around $50 in your program to show how to optimize pausing ads. Yeah, we have a series in the program that's called like over the shoulder ads. Like it's like we take a store, we run ads, and it's like a 6-month breakdown of me just auditing the ads every week and going through the thought process and like what I'm doing. How much budget per brand? I recommend in the beginning $30 a day minimum, no less than that, and no more than 3 brands, because if your budget is lower than that, it just takes forever to test brands.
Good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, interesting topic.
Oh, I want to point out one thing with the luck. This is my quote. Volume negates luck. I just want to point that out there. Volume negates luck. Don't believe in luck, guys. Believe in volume. Work ethic. Work hard. Truly. I live by that.
I guess the more times you do it, the luckier you become.
Exactly. Spot on.
Just like Kobe Bryant. Just more shoot more hoops, more luckier you'll become, more better you become. People can say it's luck, but it's actually just you're getting better.
FYI, guys, Trevor's a sharp shooter. Like, you know how he's talking about, oh, should you do the sniping way or this way? He's actually a sharp shooter, guys. Like, don't sleep on Trev, bro. Like, he lights off 3-point specialist.
Cool. I guess we'll end it here when the vibe is good. We'll see you guys next week. Any other last comments, Marcus?
Volume negates luck, guys. Hope you guys have an amazing week. Thank you all for your time again. Ask questions every Friday. We'll have one more from Brad.
Okay, one more. Oh, now they all come in.
I know, right?
Do you think Google always will be the main traffic source for high ticket? For paid, yes. For organic, like SEO, also yes, because Google includes search, shopping, YouTube, display. That's all part of YouTube. I mean, Google. So yes, Google will be your main traffic source, but you can use Facebook primarily for retargeting. And thank you guys for excellent Q&A. What a privilege. Thank you very much for staying in tune and like just listening to us yap.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that's it for now. We'll see you guys next week.